mouth.
"Uther,"
he says. "Vortigern?" They watch each other, and Vortigern remembers one night. It must have been December, and the woods filled with snow, and the moon aglow over the trees, casting down molten silver. They had chased 3 Jutes across the forest, their breath foggy in the cold, and no sound but the breathing of the chasers and the chased, until they came upon their quarry like 2 foxes on a brace of hares, and made easy work of them until the snow was dark with the Jutes' blood. Who the Jutes were, and what they were doing this far from home, and on a night like that, he never knew. But they had emptied their purses all the same, and stripped them of their coats and boots, until the 3 lay naked on the snow. More snow fell then. They raised their heads and watched the moon glow through the flurry of snow. He remembers that night, the silence, and the 3 naked bodies on the ground. How still it was.
"My wife,"
he says now.
"Did you?"
"You mean your daughter?"
"What's mine is mine,"
Vortigern says, and that's all there is to say.
"But is she?"
"Dead." Vortigern nods.
"I sent her away,"
he says, unwillingly.
"But I did not know if she made it out in time."
"Who gives a fuck?" Vortigern rises from the throne. The great sword, how easy it was once to lift it. Uther smiles. He waits, at ease.
"As it comes to me, it will come to you,"
Vortigern says. Their swords clash. Uther kicks the other man in the ribs, and as he falls he lunges with the hidden knife and buries it in Vortigern's neck. The blood spurts out. So much blood. It sprays the throne, the floor, Uther's face. Vortigern raises his head one last time. For a moment he thinks he sees Merlin, standing quietly by the drapes, near the window. Uther waits. The usurper falls. Uther wipes the blade clean and takes his place on the throne. Chapter 2. The torches burn over Dinas Emrys. Uther's soldiers are drunk on beer and mead. In the storerooms of the castle they had unearthed old Greek amphorae, imports from the vanished empire. Uther drinks the foreign wine, which tastes of the lead it is flavoured with. He stares out over the valley. Vortigern's corpse burns on the pyre outside the gates. The moon rises in the night sky. Uther traces features on its face, light and dark areas that could be valleys or seas. The Greek Democritus believed it was a ragged world, hanging in the sky, with lofty mountains and hollow valleys. And once, escorting an Irish chieftain in that barbarous northern land, they had come across an ancient mound, built there who knew when, and there, upon a stone, were carved a set of maps of the lunar face. He remembers tracing the dark features with his finger, and as the new moon rose, its light traversed the passage until it hit upon that same carved stone. Uther wonders if it is possible to reach the moon, somehow, perhaps by hitching a skein of geese to a carriage, and if so, what manner of warriors would be found there. The Greek Democritus believed that the world and everything in it was made of tiny things called atoms, beyond which there was no division, with only a void between them. And he believed further that there were many worlds, some young and growing, some old and in decay, and some had moons, and some had none, and some had suns, and some lived in eternal darkness. And though the Greek was dead centuries before, who was to say he was wrong? For Uther, too, had been offered a glimpse of other worlds than this, and he had seen his fallen comrades rise, and cast in silver moonlight walk the fairy paths to the place where the fair folk dwell. He has no love for that realm, or for those who dwell there. Now he drinks of the old Greek wine, and stares out into the darkness, and the charred smell of the burning corpses on the pyre fills the air. It makes his stomach rumble. "My liege." "Pellinore, what word?" The boy bobs his head. He has a long pale face and mournful eyes that remind Uther of a frog's. He sways slightly on his feet, the effect of too much beer on someone ill-accustomed to it. His shirt is specked with dry blood. The tally is complete.